up, YouTube? Welcome back to At the Buzzer. I'm your boy Champ, and today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about the Lakers and all their key pickups in this offseason, whether or not they did a good or bad job. Me personally, I think they did the best job this season so far during all the trades. But let's get into it. Yeah, what's up? We got to talk about the biggest acquisition of them all, and that's Russell Westbrook. A lot of people saying that they don't think he's going to fit in and all this and that, but I actually think the opposite. I think he's going to fit in perfectly. I think LeBron knows how to play with anybody in the NBA because he's just that great. He knows how to facilitate, get everybody involved, and then, like I said, he'll be able to take some pressure off LeBron this season because he is coming into his 19th year, and they need to have a little slight decrease in his minutes, I think, to increase his productivity. But Russell Westbrook, I think he bounced back into his old self like the MVP caliber player he was in OKC, because in like I said, in 2020 in the bubble, in the playoffs in that Houston series, it was times in that series when the Lakers was just leaving Russell Westbrook wide open and letting him take shot after shot, basically shooting the Houston Rockets out of the game. But when he went over to the Wizards, it seemed like he got his bounce back. He got that green light. It was just him and Bradley Beal over there putting in work. Was able to make it all the way into the AFC. Unfortunately, they got bounced out, but he showed that he still is the player of old, I think. And then we got Carmelo Anthony. I've been waiting for him and LeBron to play with each other for years. I don't know what took them so long, but I'm glad that's finally happening. I think that's another key factor right there, because him coming off the bench, he'll be able to be the number one option when LeBron or whoever goes on the bench to get some rest. I think because last year it was times in the playoffs for the Lakers where it was like 5 and 6, 7 minutes where they were going without making a basket, and essentially that cost them the series against Phoenix, because you can't have loves like that on offense when you're going against a great shooting team like that in the Phoenix Suns. So basically, I think in a nutshell, they'll be clearing up some of that deficiencies on offense like they had last year. And then with Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, uh, those are some underrated pickups. Like I said, I didn't think Dwight Howard should have went to Philly last season. He should have stayed here. Should have stayed at the Lakers. And Trevor Ariza, he was a Laker before. When he played with Kobe, I don't think they should have let him go. I think they should have built off that. But then Kendrick Nunn, he's an explosive young player. We've seen that in the bubble as well when they played against the Lakers in Miami. And then with Wayne Ellington, he's a good shooter. All Wayne Ellington has to do is hit wide open jump shots. If you can do that, you'll be just fine, because he's an excellent shooter, and basically most of his shots is going to be wide open. That was a problem with the Lakers last year. They a lot of times they have good looks, just missing it, just missing. You know what I mean? So uh, basically, I think they fixed a few things on that offensive end. That's what I'm trying to say. And then Frank Vogel, I'm glad he got his extension as well, because first season, they had their ups and downs. It was there was injury riddled team. LeBron had to shut it down early. You know, then he got rest, came back, won the title. This season coming up, they was doing a thing, got hurt. Every AD got hurt, LeBron got hurt, and then they fizzled out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he was doing a good job. And then I like that they picked up David Fizdale. He was LeBron's one of his assistant coaches with Eric Spoelstra down in Miami with LeBron. I think he'll be having him playing more of a high post game like he was back then with Chris Bosh, where he has his most efficient years from the field. And I really think that this is going to be a really good defensive team as well. I think it could be end up winding maybe top two in the league, because last year they ended up being the number one defensive league team in the league. And I don't see that dipping too much. I expect them to come out of the West, uh, facing possibly the Suns again or the Denver Nuggets. Don't sleep on the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray was hurt last year. He's a fantastic player. He's very underrated as well. Then you got Jokic. Um, that's a really good team in Denver. Phoenix. I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. They are bringing the same team back, so I think they'll be able to handle the pressure this time and put up a better effort. And then, yeah, basically, and then like I said, a lot of people have not been praising this team as well. A lot of them have been saying it's a little bit too old. This is the first time the Lakers had this many 30-plus players in the starting lineup. I typically basically don't care about that type of stuff. Age is really nothing but a number. If you can get out there and put up baskets and do your thing on the court, I don't care how old you are. That really doesn't mean anything to me. And then there's people saying, Westbrook said, he doesn't have anything to prove. Um, I mean, basically, I feel as if he put everything out there on the court, who am I to judge that? We don't know what it takes. A lot of people they don't realize how hard it is to get up and do all the things these NBA players do on a night in and a night out basis. Like they're away from their families, constantly training, almost every night a different city, and then you got to put all this together. Then you got a lot of people on social media hating, adding you and all that, this and there. That's a lot to put together. But I really think that he's going to prove the doubters wrong this season, just like the USA basketball team did. And I know a lot of y'all was out there hating on him, saying it's the worst team. I heard a lot of you players, a lot of you people out there, a lot of you YouTubers was, just dismissing them. They had to bring it back. But like I said, I never doubt nothing. I want to see it come through fruition to see how this team is put together. I hope Anthony Davis comes back better health this year. Hope he got himself in tip-top shape because he is, I think, a top player in the league, and when he is healthy as well, he can do anything on the court, pretty much. And and then we got the George Karl situation. He keeps on bringing up Carmelo's name. That man hasn't played for you in over 10 years. You just want to keep trying to make yourself relevant. George Karl, we understand. You couldn't get it done. You had several teams that were great. You just couldn't get that chip. With the Sonics, you had the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Denver Nuggets. You had three great teams. You just couldn't get it done. And now, when you start to fall to the wayside, let's start talking about Carmelo. Let's make these comments. Nobody really cares, George Karl. Just go sit down, go have several seats, my man, because we really don't care about your opinion anymore. But basically, in a nutshell, I really do think that the Lakers are going to be one of the top teams coming out the West. I see them going against the Nets in the finals, barring injury on both teams. Because basically I thought that the Nets should have been in the finals last year, but they just weren't healthy, couldn't put it together. You know what I mean? So I'm really not. I didn't really judge them that first season together. I'm realistic. I'm not the you put it together and make it work. People been playing. Those guys were superstars in their own right, and were number one options on their team. So it takes time to build that chemistry. I'm a realistic type of fan. I don't jump the gun too much, but I do think if healthy, the Nets should be coming out of the East next year. But yeah, that's basically it. About the Lakers. Like I said, I really think they're going to do their job this year. It's going to be a great defensive team. But we'll see how it comes out. All right. Make sure if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Until next time, to the bram, I'm out.